A dry basement depends on a waterproof foundation. Concrete below ground level needs protection from outside water and humidity. The RESISTO base membrane does the job under normal conditions. Wear gloves and protective goggles. Start by removing rough spots on the foundation wall with a hammer and cold chisel. You want the surface as smooth as possible. Finish this step by brooming it clean. Measure and draw a chalk line from where the membrane will begin. It must also reach 5 centimeters below grade level. Now apply a coat of RESISTO exterior primer to make sure the membrane adheres perfectly to the concrete. The primer is made of synthetic polymers, resins, and aromatic solvents. It optimizes the self-adhesive membrane, not only on concrete, but on metal and wood surfaces as well. Use a spray gun, a brush, or a roller. The recommended tool is a standard paint roller. Roll it onto the surface in a thin, uniform layer, taking care to stay inside your chalk line. Again, wear gloves and goggles, and if you're in a closed space, wear a mask. After you finish, you have to wait until the surface is completely dry, just a bit tacky. The primer remains effective for 24 hours after application. The RESISTO base membrane can easily be cut on a flat surface with an all-purpose knife. Use a new blade. Measure reference marks every 15 centimeters with a straight edge to keep your line perfect. The sticky side of the membrane is covered by a protective film, which can be easily removed with your fingers. Start at the foundation corners. Cut a small piece of membrane, a gusset, about 15 centimeters by 25 centimeters. Snip out the corners, as well as 2-centimeter notches in each side. Remove the film and apply the piece to one of your outside foundation corners, overlapping onto the bottom surface. Fold it well into the corner and use good finger pressure to adhere the gusset over the entire surface of the piece. Now cut a piece 50 centimeters wide and as long as you need for the base of the wall. Cut a notch at the bottom about 20 centimeters long to allow coverage on the footing. Remove the protective film from the top part of the membrane. Press the RESISTO base membrane to the side of the foundation from the bottom up. Use your hands at first, then the roller with firm pressure. Pay special attention to the join of the wall and base. Repeat at the other wall. Inside corners. To do the interior corners, make gussets and apply them firmly to the surfaces. Again, use a 50 centimeter wide length of RESISTO base membrane to cover the footing and base of the wall, with the 20 centimeter notch in the bottom of the membrane. Remove the protective film on the top half. Press the membrane firmly onto the concrete surface with your hands, then finish with an upward motion with the roller. Do the corners well. Overlap when you do the second wall. And remember to finish with the roller to ensure the best possible adherence. 2 methods for main wall coverage. Method 1. Measure and cut the RESISTO base membrane to the height of the wall, plus 2/3 of the footing, as many strips as you need to do the job. This can be done by one person. Place the strip against the wall, bracing the bottom with your knee. Start removing the protective liner from the top of the strip. Using your chalk line and overlapping the previous strip, apply the membrane to the wall. Press with your hand in a downward motion. Gradually remove the rest of the film with your hands, smoothing the membrane from the center out. Work from the top down. Use an edging tool to ensure good adhesion at the base. Now work your roller on the edges and overlaps, and finally over the entire surface. Method 2. This method calls for a double covering of the foundation. Cut the RESISTO base membrane into 50 centimeter lengths. Remove the protective lining on the upper part of the membrane and press it down onto the wall, leaving enough to cover 2/3 of the footing. Now remove the rest of the lining and press the membrane down the wall with your hand. Take care to make good contact where it meets the footing. Ensure good adhesion with the floor. Finish with your roller. Now cut lengths of the RESISTO base membrane adequate for the height of your wall, excluding the footing. Remove a few centimeters of lining from the top part of a strip of membrane. Line it up with your chalk line on the wall, overlapping the previous strip. Smooth with your hand from the top down to start adhesion. Then use your roller. With all surfaces covered, finish up with bitumen sealant where the membrane starts and ends on the wall and footing. RESISTO base membrane. Job done.